This video was recorded in front of a live virtual audience.
Hi everybody, Dacob here. Welcome back to Essence-tially Dacob, my perfume fragrance channel. Thank you all so much for tuning in and watching today's review, which is going to be of Louis Vuitton's Afternoon Swim. As I am making this review, it is summer, and of course I'm here inundated in a background of blue, and the little vial is also blue. Now the actual perfume bottle for this one is made blue, and I think it's really a wonderful, classy touch that Louis did not go for a generic little sample vial 2 ml, but colored it in the color of the glass of the actual full-on bottle if you were to purchase one. So I think that's a very classy touch. It's a 2 ml eau de parfum bottle vial sample of Afternoon Swim. So, might I remind you to, if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel here on YouTube. And you can also follow me on my main channel, where you could push the join button, become a member today, gain access to extra perks. You can also follow me on Patreon, superdacob all spelled together, over there as well. So thank you to all my members and patrons who have already pledged. And thank you to my co-chatters. I do live stream every Saturday from my main channel. The live streams are gargantuan and long, and we touch base on all of these topics together. So I have all my co-reviewers of the fragrance right now with me in the chats. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Let's get to the spritzing and the spraying. So I'm going to put it on this hand. Ooh, check out the mist. Okay, and I put a lot on because I have a sneaky suspicion this one is going to be a relatively light fragrance. Hold on. Because it is a summery fragrance. And it came out in 2019, believe it or not. So I missed out on this one, 2 years already. Where is it? I wrote down all my notes. 2019 is the year of release. Jacques Cavalier is the nose behind this one. Top notes: mandarin orange, Sicilian orange, and bergamot. Mid notes, very simple, ginger, and then we got amber in the base notes. Louis Vuitton states that this is part of their Le Cologne series. Le Cologne Louis Vuitton is the new line, back then was the new line, of the Le Parfum Louis Vuitton collection that came out in April 2019. Jacques Cavalier Beltrude signed all creations of this house. We do have 3 back then released Cologne-like scents in eau de parfum concentration though, which is a bit of a bizarre thing to talk about concentrations like that, calling them eau de parfum concentrations but then stating that they are colognes. Awkward to say the least. Anyway, the 3 original ones named were Sun, Song, Cactus Garden, and Afternoon Swim. Louis Vuitton collaborated with LA-based artist Alex Israel, who designed the outer packaging of the new fragrances. The flacons and boxes come in bright yellow, green, and blue, with drawings of a sun, a cactus, and a wave. Afternoon Swim is a full of energy scent with orange, bergamot, mandarin. Jacques says, I wanted a shot of vitamin C in the fragrance, something full of energy. This ain't a shot of vitamin C for me. It's not that intense. It's very mandarin-y for me. Mandarin orange, it's that classic mandarin you smell in perfumery when they do use mandarin as an opulent note. And I would say it's almost natural smelling if it wasn't for the ginger and the bergamot. The ginger smells artificial to me, but it is a very, I don't know when in time citrusy fragrances became associated with freshness. I guess you can rub, lemon peel all over your skin and you get that, the mood, the zhuzh, the vibe, you get the whole, you feel clean and fresh, I guess. I guess it's a natural thing connected to our ancestors. That's also, usually it's mint and citrus fruits that make you feel fresh, mint. Like if you pluck, if you've ever had fresh mint grow in your garden and you pluck it and you kind of rub it up between your fingers on your hands, you can even rub it on your skin. It has a wonderful, refreshing smell. Same, by the way, applies for me to lavender. Lavender has that same effect on me, except lavender is also very oily. So it also has almost like a powdery smell within that oiliness that a lavender has. So it doesn't really reach prickly freshness, but it smells clean, nevertheless, lavender. But freshness, you usually get from citrus fruits and from mint. In my opinion, from mint as well. But I don't know for the love of me when we started, I guess since humanity and these fruits exist, we associate it with clean, with being fresh and clean. Citrusy smell of freshness. I wish we were capable of reprogramming our minds and our olfactive senses and learn a new way of smelling something fresh, you know? Learning a new way to associate a smell to clean and fresh, and not just always have this citrus, neroli type of smell, orange blossom, orange fruit, Sicilian orange, mandarin, what else is there? The blood orange, like, oh, it smells fresh because it has a citrusy orangey smell, you know. Now I get it, Jacques kind of avoided the topic by saying no, he's not talking about fresh, he's talking about a boost of vitamin C. But then we associate the smell of vitamin C with lemons and oranges, even though other fruits have way more vitamin C than an orange or a lemon. Physalis, for example, is said to have even more vitamin C than a lemon. So go figure. If you love your mandarin, you're going to love this. But it's as simple as it gets. The bergamot it turns the mandarin just a little bitter, which is elegant. It's an elegant bitter. But other than that, it is a very, very corpulent mandarin. If it weren't for the ginger and the amber, it would smell almost like you literally peeled a mandarin. You took the peel and you kind of just squished it all over your skin. It does have that smell. So you gotta be a fan of it to really love it, you know? It doesn't take you places. It doesn't make you feel like, oh, this perfume is making me discover a new olfactive experience that I've never sensed before. This ain't it. This is super simple. Very fleeting though. I am looking forward to the amber in the dry down because it's kind of very shyly poking through that mandarin. It's kind of showing itself a little bit. The amber on my skin is warming up a little bit. It's hopefully going to show its face a bit more in the next couple of minutes. Aisha says, I love lavender scent. Sol says, mandarin perfumes are perfect for summer. My favorite is Aqua Allegoria Mandarin Basilic from Guerlain. I wonder if the notes in Louis Vuitton Afternoon Swim are literal. Yes, Sol, they are very literal. This is exactly what they say is in here. That's how it smells. There is no magic like Guerlain delivers magic, because when their notes start blending, you know that a Guerlain perfume is going to take you on a journey through the top, mid, base notes, and it's a cathartic process with Guerlain. You're always going to arrive somewhere else. You begin at a certain point when you spray on a Guerlain perfume, and then you're going to end in a totally different place by the time the dry down kicks in. With Louis, as of late, the ones I've been testing out, they don't really take you on these huge journeys, and I've mentioned this in the review of my in my last review on my channel on Essence-tially Dacob, also by Louis Vuitton, the perfume called Imagination. I came to the conclusion in that video, by the way, you can check out that video, link up here in the comment, in the card section up above, but also in the description box down below. I come to the conclusion that these big brands like Louis Vuitton, which were born as travel luxury brands, later on fashion brands, they weren't born as perfume brands. So it almost feels to me that brands like Louis Vuitton do not allow their fragrances to really go there and become their own standalone products. They always kind of have to stay in the shadow of what the brand is really about. In Louis Vuitton's case, it's the monogram canvas, it's the bags, it's the travel accessories, and they're trying with fashion, but I really don't care for Louis Vuitton's fashion. Not that I don't look at it, I just don't care to purchase it. To me, Louis Vuitton is travel essentials, basically. That's what I love the brand for, and I'm super happy that the brand exists for that. The brand doesn't need to do everything else. Okay, Louis Vuitton doesn't need to do video games. Louis Vuitton doesn't need to do clothes. They can just stick to their bags, and that's what I love them for. Great quality. I have a Louis Vuitton zippy compact wallet, whatever it's called, since over 10 years now. It still looks spick and span new. I love it to bits. I use it every day. I throw it in the bag. I don't really, I don't treat it as if it were fragile, because Louis Vuitton makes consumer goods, especially if you go for those consumer goods, the luxury consumer goods, they really last a lifetime. So I'm loving them, right? But their perfumes are not it, because they're not known for their perfumes. So I have the feeling that their perfumes are there to function as accessories to what Louis Vuitton really makes. So if you see it that way, and if you, with that approach, start smelling their fragrances, you're going to like them, because they're going to be nice accessories to your Louis Vuitton travel accessories. It sounds a bit lame, but that's ultimately what it is. And I'm saying this because I know for a fact that Jacques Cavalier is an incredible perfumer, has done some incredible perfumes in his time. The guy is a genius. He has a nose, and I always mention, one of my favorite examples of his fragrances, Jean-Paul Gaultier's Classique. It's a masterpiece of 90s perfumery, a masterpiece. So he can do more if he's given the right to do more. So yes, I'm always a little bit disappointed with the Louis Vuitton perfumes, because they never really, Imagination, check out that review, but the name it's a big name. You call a perfume Imagination, boy, you have a lot to deliver. Calling a perfume Afternoon Swim, right? Because that's what this one is called. You don't have to deliver much. Afternoon Swim. What do you feel? Lazy afternoons on the beach or at the pool. You dip yourself in the water just to kind of cool down a little bit from the heat. And then you kind of lazy again. You lay back again after swimming. You dry up. You sip on your little cocktail, little daiquiri, little Moscow Mule, a little caipirinha, what have you, whatever you're in the mood for. And sunglasses on. You're just chilling. There's a light little breeze passing by. You're lazy. You get a little bit hot after 1 hour. Then you jump into the pool again. Yeah. That's the type of vibe this gives you. Nothing groundbreaking, but relaxing, soothing, easy, chill. Except here's the twist. For me, lemon and citrusy notes, mandarin, even orange, they're not chill. They're acidic and aggressive to me. So, if I were to create an afternoon swim type of scent, I would not be utilizing citrus fruits. Not at all, actually. I would want to go more into that direction of suntan lotion. You see, I would want to go, so for me, Giorgio Beverly Hills, Fleur Burlesque, those are the two perfumes that to me are more like afternoon swim, because you live that fantasy of, having that huge white hat and the white little, I don't know, bathrobe or something. Everything is white, but you have like Chanel commercials from the 80s. But you get out of the swimming pool and then you put back on your huge, chunky 24 gold-plated costume jewelry Chanel clip-on earring. That kind of thing that weighs a ton. You clip that on, your black sunglasses, the huge white hat. You know what I mean? And you just kind of lay down and you have that expensive suntan lotion all over you. And then you dip yourself into the pool again later. That to me is a swimming pool. Afternoon swim, This one to me feels like you don't have your own swimming pool. Your neighbors do. And you know that they left there on holiday and they're gone for 3 weeks. And you got to sneak into their backyard to take a dip in their pool. But in order for you to... In order for you to sneak into their backyard, you gotta pass through a field, a little kind of bushes and little trees of mandarins and lemons. And you scratch yourself up while you're kind of waking your way through to sneak into their garden. You're making your way through all the mandarins and the lemons, and you get all scratched up and beat up by the plants. And of course, you get some of the smell of the mandarin on your skin, and you're like, yay, finally made it to the pool. You jump in, and then you kind of got to run away immediately so nobody catches you. And that's what this smells to me. You know, it doesn't smell comforting in a way. Like, it doesn't make me feel like, yes, living that swimming pool life. Or even, I mean, they don't say swimming pool, they call it afternoon swim. Okay, it could be also in the ocean. But even in the ocean, it's like, yeah, you know, there's no beach where I am. There's only private beaches. So I got to sneak in on the private beach to take a swim. And again, I got to pass through the mandarins. And then again, I get all, you know, scratched up by these plants. And then I take a swim. That's kind of how this one feels to me. It feels like I got to do a lot in order to get to the water. While a perfume like Giorgio or Fleur Burlesque makes me feel like, oh, honey, I don't need to do anything. The water comes to me. I don't need to come to the water. You know, that's the difference. That's the difference that I have between citrusy plants or flowers that are connected to citrus plants, to citrus fruits. That's kind of the problem I have with them constantly being associated with swimming, fresh summer, blah blah blah. I'm like, this, it's so annoying, you know, it's so repetitive. It's like seeing unboxings on YouTube for the 50,000th time of a Birkin, of a Kelly. It's like, yeah, now let's make the 50,000th perfume that smells of summer, and guess what we're gonna put in it? How groundbreaking. We're gonna put mandarin, lemon, and citruses in it, and bergamot. It just ain't it. It's boring, it's repetitive, and for Jacques' level of genius, this ain't it. It's lazy. So maybe because it's lazy, that's the only thing that connects us to actually swimming in a swimming pool or swimming in the summer. Because it's like lazy, you're just chilling and you're enjoying your time wherever you are, and you're just like, whatever, it doesn't matter, I'm not going to put a lot of effort into it. I'm on my holiday after all. I can just lay down, sit away, not do anything. I even have prepared a book to read. I'm not even going to read a book because I'm that lazy. I'm just here laying down, letting everything else around me happen. So in that respect, the laziness of this one maybe is justified, but what is not justified if you do deliver a lazy perfume like this is the price. This one costs a lot. It's like over $200 for a 100 ml bottle. It's like $230 or something like that for a 100 ml bottle. What are you going to do with something so lazy? You can get for 20 or 30 bucks a cheapie that kind of resembles this. Maybe the mandarin won't be as natural smelling, but it still delivers the same punch. Now, if you were on the other hand to tell me, well, Dacob, but what is your alternative to a summer fragrance? Like citrusy fragrances and cologne type of fragrances are the ones that give you the mood and the vibe of freshness. I can tell you a great example of a wonderful summer fragrance that doesn't have that punch of the vitamin C that Jacques Cavalier is talking about would be Gentian Blanche from Hermès, from their Hermès Cologne range. It has that gentian flower in there. It is bitter as a mofo, but it's amazing. There's Bulgarian rose in there as well. It is a very dry perfume, very bitter perfume, but bitter for a reason, because it makes you feel dry in summer without it needing to be all about the mandarin, the orange, and the citrus. Yes, they're in it as well. But what you smell out the second you spray on Eau de Gentian Blanche, the second you spray it on, the first thing you smell is, whoa, something is so bitter in here. That's the gentian flower, which I adore. It's one of my favorite plants of all times. The roots, I use them to make tea. I also love to drink Italian grappa made out of gentian roots. It is the most bitter thing you've ever drank in your life, but it is also very healthy. So that's something I highly recommend. This one I only recommend if you're collecting your Louis Vuitton fragrances and you want to have this one as a reference in your archive. I can tell you it's enough to just get a sample, but if you want a bottle because you love the blue glass and you think it's beautifully packaged, what have you, then go for it. It's already almost gone on my skin. I can barely smell it. And you've seen I sprayed a lot. So yeah, my opinion is this is the type of summer swim. This is the type of afternoon swim that you would do while you're sneaking into your neighbor's yard, or that you would do while you're sneaking onto a private beach. Let me get to your comments. Seabreeze, so this is vitamin C shot? Yeah, girl, I know, right? Iris Elisa, in the meantime, citrus are winter fruits, the irony of it all. Gary says, LVMH already owns enough of the perfume world. They want to own everything. Yes, they do. And they almost do. Stephanie says, nice. Paris says, no one wants to smell like laziness. It's meh. May says, I totally agree, Dacob. The scent was lacking for me when I tried it. Yeah, it's like... It actually... I have it also... I also sprayed it on this little card when I was in the boutique. And also what is so interesting, it smells better on paper than on skin. Which is also kind of like, oh, well, that's disappointing. But yeah. Other perfume reviews I've seen, Mrs. Blue says, oh, this smells like citrus, etc. Dacob, hold my beer. Right? Yeah, it's too much of a citrus bomb for me, says Tom. Andrea Myers, it would probably give me a headache. Yeah, it could. It could. Especially now that the amber is kicking in. Pool Ninja, says Seabreeze. Yeah, I love the Pool Ninja visual. Miami 81 said, tell me the fragrance makes me smell like mistakes and shame. I mean, I wouldn't mind a perfume that makes you smell of like the walk of shame of the next morning when you're kind of sneaking out of your lover's house and you're kind of walking back home in the same outfit you had the last night, unwashed, makeup, you know, the raccoon face. I would love to make a perfume, the walk of shame, because that's interesting to me. Ollie Soto says, you kind of sold me on it, Dacob. Oh my God, Ollie, go for it, girl. Seabree says, pool stealer. Miami 81 says, I live for these kind of fragrance reviews. Thank you so much, you guys. Dacob's imagination is next level, says Cosmo Bark. Debbie says, skinny dip in the neighbor's pool. Debbie, of course you had to do the skinny dip moment, didn't you, you little nasty rascal? Miami 81 says, LOL, what a vibe. Doesn't really sell it, does it? Meh. I mean, if you're up for it, for sure. Tiny Dirt Potato is laughing. Lord Charles says, for the perfect suntan lotion vibe, try Kenzo pour Homme. Perfect and great performer. May says, it's a vibe. Yeah, Miami 81, bougie versions of Bath and Body Works scents, please. LOL, apple, cucumber, vanilla. Yeah, that's a really good point, and they do have them. Jesus says, mandarin and orange have a warmth to them. Try this one out, Jesus, because then there's that amber and ginger lurking in the background. Doesn't do it for me. It doesn't do it. Doesn't do it. Don't do it. And it didn't do it. It didn't do it. Kevin S. says, LV perfumes are terrible. Not all of them, Kevin, but they ain't worth the money for me thus far. Miami 81, I wouldn't buy Louis Vuitton fragrance like I wouldn't buy Christian Louboutin makeup or nail polish. Yeah, you would buy a Christian Louboutin shoe. Maybe a bag. Meh, not even. A shoe? Yeah. Seabreeze, conspiracy. Louis Vuitton, jealous of Chanel perfume success. Partially, but they're jealous of each other all the time. Lord says, all the LVMH owned perfume houses, Penhaligon's, Guerlain, and Loewe that I know of, hate the shitty new bottles for Guerlain and Loewe, greedy bastards. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the new Guerlain for their the matter of art, the Matière d'Art collection, not métier, matière, art matter collection. The new bottles are a total ripoff of the Givenchy exclusive perfume collection that they had a couple of years back. It's kind of really sad to see. My CC88 says, Louis Vuitton is everyday functionality, bags and luggage. I wouldn't rush to Louis Vuitton for fashion and perfume either. No, not at all, exactly. And it's okay that we don't. It's okay that we take the best out of every house. Guerlain is famous for their perfumes. Of course they're going to take me on a journey. They know how to do perfumes. That's what they were born from. That's what their brand is all about. Louis is about luggage for me and travel essentials. I love it for them, and wallets. Chanel, there's a whole other can of worms. And Hermes, well, Hermes is all about other type of fun. Happy Day says, I'm not a fan of Louis Vuitton perfumes. They feel contrived. Calibrating says, the only true citrus I have is Mancero Sicily. Don't think I've ever worn it sober though. Gosh, just realized. That's the walk of shame. Loving it though. Loving that, the visual of it all, yes. Nadine Benjamin says, Louis Vuitton perfume, pretty underwhelming, except on the beach. I've reviewed on the beach. As well on my channel. Rich Mitch says, hi. Hello, Rich Mitch. Dixie Smitherman, walk of shame, Chanel number 5. Oh, the eau de parfum, because that one's a little bit more ratchet. It has the shoulder pads. Madame Ross, my favorite Louis Vuitton is Millefeuille. I reviewed that one a couple of years ago. Debbie Fenn says, as long as you don't get the Louis Vuitton moniker left on your skin. Oh, the monogram? That is super funny. A little LV tattooed here, a little LV tattooed there. You know, somebody puts a tear if they kill somebody. We put a Louis Vuitton. If we bought a Louis Vuitton perfume, we tattoo a Louis Vuitton tear under our eye. Because we killed our wallet. So in a way you are a killer. So you could tattoo the LV under your eye. You got the LV tear because you butchered your wallet for the sake of a Louis Vuitton perfume. Oh my God, I'm on a roll. Jonah Oates, the walk of shame scent should be a hint of tobacco and bourbon because there's almost always alcohol involved in a walk of shame. Here, here. Thank you guys so much for commenting. This was such a fun review. Hope you've enjoyed it. On the sidebar, you saw all my tier 1 and 2 YouTube members and patrons, and also all the super chatters. Thank you guys so much for supporting the Fashion Bunker, for all your love. And thank you to all my co-chatters. I shall see you all very soon in another perfumed world video. Until then, never forget to never give up on perfumed love. Love you all. See you soon. Take care. Bye. Mwah.